What it do, what it do. Welcome to another one over here, Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe because we are chopping this game over here, man. I had to tap into this one, man. Definitely unfortunate news that the rapper, the Baton Rouge, Louisiana rapper, No Limit rapper, Young Bleed, um, is fighting for his life in ICU, as of right now. And it's crazy work right there, man. I know earlier this morning I saw across my social media feed that first thing I saw was somebody saying they lost at loss for words and was like, R.I.P. Young Bleed type stuff. And then I just figured, but I'm like, huh. And I was looking around, I didn't really see it too much anywhere else. And so I figured over time that it would be more posts about it and stuff. And it was. I did start seeing a few more RIPs and different stuff like that. People showing their condolences from a few different platforms, but it still didn't seem too concrete or nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Like it was still allegedly speculation type posts. But people showing their condolences. Um, and then on one of the posts, I happened to look because I think it was a media platform that was posting in like RIP, and then somebody, you always got some nowadays, you always got people who do their research, and they went and looked, I guess, and they saw a post from his sister. But first they were just like, no, Young Bleed is in ICU. He's not, he's still alive right now. And so then they posted a tweet from his sister that was basically saying the same thing, like, hey, right now, Young Bleed, he's, doing real bad in ICU fighting for his life. And unless you done spoke to his mother, please don't be posting stuff like RIP and all this and that, Don't do that, And rightfully so, that makes sense, especially if that's not the case. Hopefully, that mean that there's still some hope. And that was like a breath of fresh air, I'm not gonna lie, because, I am a fan. I hate to hear a situation where, they're gone just like that, especially after the No Limit in the Cash Money verse where he performed. For those that don't know, the cat that sing How You Do That there, that's him. And he did his performance and stuff, and now, a few days later, here we go. They saying he in ICU, and one thing at least I don't know yet, and I guess give the family that much of privacy because no, I don't know, what was the scenario, like how everything kicked off or what it's supposed to be. It seemed the way they're talking, well, not the way they're talking, but from it kind of just seems like it's a how can I put it, like a natural cause type of situation, health, problems or something maybe. That's what it kind of sounds like. I hadn't heard nothing about nothing, nothing violent happening with them. So that's what it kind of seems like to me, like a health issue. And so, that's unfortunate work right there. That can happen with any of us, anybody. You know, but that was crazy work. Also, how people jumped the gun and was just automatically RIPing them. You know. Um, like I say, it was a breath of fresh air to hear that. Okay, no, that's not the case just yet. And so, but I hope he definitely hang in there, and maybe it's not his time yet. And hopefully he can get better. We'll know within a few days. How if he's improving or what. But I definitely was a fan. I definitely am a fan of his music. There's some rappers, some people who you could just say, oh yeah, they music cool. But then like somebody like a Young Bleed, like nah, I actually slap his music in the whip. You know what I'm saying? Type of. That's how I mess with him. You know what I'm saying? So I might just go. I'm mess around and slap some Bleed tonight. Because like I say, I have no problem with slapping Bleed. I do that anyway. But it's definitely shiesty to hear something like that. And that just goes to show that time, it doesn't matter what you done, what you about to do, what you got planned, who you know, who you talk to. Time definitely, there is no pause of time. Whatever's going to happen, it just happens. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, there's a few people, well, I know Mia X, she responded, and, of course, that man Sibo, he had, he thought his post was a RIP post because, he kind of thought that's what it was. And so people reminiscing and this and that. But, like I say, you sound like his family is definitely by his side, and there's still a possibility of hope. And I hope that he can pull through, if it's, meant to be. If it's not his time, that's what it's going to be. And, none of us know the times, what, what's going to do what, who's going to be here longer. We don't know none of that stuff. So, we'll, like I say, over the next day or so, we'll know what's what. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Are you a fan of his music? You know what I'm saying? Do you know who he is? What was your favorite tracks by him? Did y'all see that RIP stuff first? As of right now, he's fighting for his life, man. I don't know, what happened or why, but it sounds health related. That's all I know. But like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think though, man. I'm pretty sure more info will come out, over time. Another one over here, Game Chopping TV though. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe because we chopping this game over here, man.